What's up everyone, Dreamliner here, and today I'll be reviewing Aqua Airways Streamliner 321 from Bystrica Airport.
Feeling down, the cold nights just don't feel the same. Back my life inside a car, hit the button, drive real far, but that record only died. I'm dreaming of you, I dream of a new night. Fighting the dark till we see the sunlight.
So overall, the airport was very nice looking, but it just lacked a lot of functionality. Other than the lounge for premium passengers, economy class had nothing to do in the airport. There is a small little restaurant at the lower floor before you checked in, but it didn't serve a purpose other than looks.
You can't wait to see me now, 'cause lately you've been feeling down.
I was the first economy passenger to check in, and I immediately headed it back to security. But before that, I tried to go down and see what the lounge looked like. It was just, a lounge. I mean, it looked decent from what I could see. And then went through security, got into the airport, took a little look around, and immediately saw there was nothing to do. Very barren, just seats and more seats. So I ended up entertaining myself by talking to the gate agent, asking him a question, which I knew would be answered the way it was, but it was worth a try. So it was finally time for economy passengers to board the plane. The boarding process was not the greatest, I would say. Honestly, one of the worst boarding processes I've seen. They literally just essentially opened the floodgates and allowed everyone to just flood right in. Like, what is this? At least make them have to scan their passport so they can go in one by one. Don't just let them all flood in. That's a terrible job of Aqua Airways, and it's something they didn't really do for their other classes. So it really just shows their level of ignorance for the economy class. They really don't really care about their economy passengers. Now, once you get down into the end of the jetway, it was very dark, no lighting whatsoever, and it was also like that in the plane, so very bad lighting situation.
'Cause lately I've been feeling down.
While we were on the taxiway, I decided to take a look at the IFE, and there really wasn't anything you could do other than check out their Aquabucks shop, which was basically a way of them trying to get you to spend your miles on stupid little things, which are usually free on other airlines, but they really want you to use your Aquabucks apparently, which I was deliberate because I wanted to save it for a chance at upgraded lounge access for a different flight later.
This beautiful nighttime takeoff was definitely one of the highlights of the flight though.
Waiting for
am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
Sadly, not too much happened at cruising point. First of all, it took a long time to reach our cruising point, a lot of going in circles, and when we finally reached there wasn't really much happening. We got our food. I ordered a lobster along with some banana cake, and it was pretty decent food, I guess. I mean, it's just food. I mean, just a model, simple as that. Looks like food. Nothing too special about it. Obviously nothing to do on the IFE. So basically zero in-flight entertainment. One of the best parts was just getting to get out of your seats for like a minute and walk around the cabin, which wasn't too big, but hey, you get to walk around the cabin. It's better than just sitting.
So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
Aqua Airways makes a great finish to the flight though with this extremely scenic landing into Madrid, Spain. After that very solid landing, it was now time to get off our aircraft and make our final review of Aqua Airways. So for check-in and board, check-in, you have to wait a long time before you can check in if you're an economy passenger, like way longer than the other classes, so that is a downside. The boarding process was not good at all whatsoever. They just flooded in all the economy at once, and the check-in and board in general for economy is it's just ignored. Like, they genuinely do not care about the boarding and the check-in for economy because they're not focused on them. They just let them do whatever they want essentially. They really try to ignore the economy passengers and focus only on the higher class. And for those reasons, I'm giving check-in and board a 1, because I mean you can't have a 0, because I mean at least they're checking you in and they're letting you board, but they're really not caring at all. For design, I really liked the airport's exterior and interior look a lot, and the airplane's livery was also very good, but also you have to factor into the design the darkness that was in the plane and jetway. and that's gonna degrade the design a little bit. Also, taking into design is the scenery. Very beautiful landing. Overall, the design was very well done. That's something Aqua Airways really doesn't miss on, and I'm gonna give them for design a very solid 8, mostly because of the darkness. If there wasn't that darkness in the plane as well as in the jetway, that thing could have been close to a 10. It was really well designed. The service on the plane and at the airport just was not good, starting with probably the fact that in the airport there's just little to no services. All I was able to do really was ask a question to the gate agent, and I already knew he wasn't gonna really care about it really. Basically what I had asked is if I could simply get a sleeping kit, because I had a sleeping kit on the last flight, but there was just unbearable lag in the server and got lagged out mid-flight, so I didn't really get to use it. And he basically just said you can only get sleeping kits via the Aquabox store. And I know, I obviously know that, I bought it, but he clearly just, the service is not that great if you're an economy class passenger, and the IFE didn't have any good services to use at all, so the service grade is gonna have to be, once again, a 1. Very bad service on this flight at this airport. Now, as far as the flight goes, taxiing and taking off and landing was all smooth, no glitches. Although there was one thing, at cruising altitude, the plane was actually tilted to the right, and when I asked about this, they said that it was just a part of the plane and it was like that, and they haven't really bothered to fix it, I guess. So that will obviously factor in a little bit, but not too much. The landing was beautiful, so that's gonna factor in a little bit. The overall, like, solid landing actually by the pilot. Didn't come in too hard, and solid takeoff, like pretty smooth. Although it did take a long time to get to cruising altitude, a lot of going in circles. So overall, not too much to critique on the flight. But no glitches is always really good. So for flight, I'm actually gonna give them an 8. I really liked it. They took a bit too long on cruising altitude, which deducted a point, and the tilt deducted a point. So that'll bring the final overall score for Aqua Airways to a lucky roundup of 5 out of 10. Overall, the flight was not good at all, and I wouldn't suggest any of you attend this particular airport. I don't think I'll be visiting Aqua Airways again too soon in the near future, but I do plan on giving them their chance at doing it again. Be sure to look out for that one in about maybe 2 months or so. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and please subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. Until next time, this was Dreamliner.
Bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too.